blocked you. Even though I know you was gonna go to Atlanta, and I was like, I didn't want to know what you was doing out there. I told you I blocked. You was calling me all private numbers all morning. You was calling my mama, everything.
Offset just did the unthinkable. In a string of late-night posts, he vowed that if Cardi B doesn't end things with Stefon Diggs, he might not make it out alive. The posts didn't last long, deleted within hours, but screenshots were everywhere. Some fans brushed it off as emotional venting, but others saw it for what it was, a desperate cry for help or control. One message in particular stood out. Offset wrote, "I'll take myself out if she keeps playing with me like this. I swear to God." Chilling words, especially coming from someone millions follow. This wasn't some rap lyric or clout-chasing rant. This felt raw, personal, dangerous. And while some fans begged him to get help, others accused him of manipulation. Was this really about heartbreak? Or was Offset spiraling after losing control over a woman who's finally moving on? But the chaos didn't start here. And what happened just a few months earlier made everything even more explosive.
Hey, we have. What's up, Twin? Cut the light on. Cut the light on. Yeah, man. I just want to let y'all folk know we having. Know what I mean? It's here. I'm going up out of this though. Y'all live with that.
The rumors started quietly. Just a few blurry photos, a whisper of Cardi and Stefon Diggs being spotted together backstage at Coachella. Most fans brushed it off. After all, celebrities cross paths all the time. But then came the Knicks game, front row, sitting close, laughing like they'd known each other forever. That's when the internet exploded. Stefon wasn't just some rebound. He's an NFL star with a reputation for charm, confidence, and low-key chaos. Suddenly, the idea of Cardi and Stefan didn't seem like a fluke. It looked planned, real, public. Cardi didn't waste time keeping it subtle either. Yacht photos, roses the size of beach balls, matching outfits, and a teddy bear the size of a human. It wasn't just romance. It was a statement. She was showing the world she'd moved on, and she was doing it with someone just as flashy and powerful as Offset, maybe even more. Some fans were living for the glow-up. Others called it messy. But one thing was clear. Offset was watching all of it unfold and pretending not to care. But the mask wouldn't hold for long. And what he did next would stun everyone.
Oh, there has been some more things with Offset and Cardi. Offset has now deleted his Instagram and his X account. His X account currently pulls up as the, this account does not exist and you can't even go to his Instagram.
At first, Offset's meltdown looked like your typical celebrity heartbreak. Cryptic tweets, passive-aggressive lyrics, and sudden account deactivations. But then it turned dark. And fast. It started with whispers, posts Cardi liked, comments fans noticed. Then, Cardi made a move no one expected. She hinted that Offset wasn't just hurt, he was dangerous. According to insiders, Offset began sending Cardi direct threats. Not vague, emotional venting, actual threats. One message reportedly read, "I'll take myself out before I see you with him again." Others, even worse. Cardi claimed that Offset sent private, explicit videos from their past. Videos never meant for the public eye to people close to Stefon. If true, it wasn't just an invasion of privacy. It was revenge. Revenge porn, threats of self-harm, manipulation.
Last year, I really felt like I was going crazy. I couldn't eat. I couldn't sleep. Like, my baby came out 5 pounds. A healthy baby. No,
Split. Some couldn't believe Offset would stoop that low. Others weren't surprised at all. After all, this was a man who'd spent years in and out of cheating scandals, public apologies, and PR stunts. But this time, there was no PR team spinning it. This was raw, out of control, and potentially criminal. Then Cardi broke her silence, not with a full statement, but with a post that shook her fan base. It read, "Don't play with a woman who's finally free. I won't let nobody mess with my peace again, not even the father of my kids. No names, no direct accusations." But everyone knew exactly who she meant. Offset disappeared again. Instagram wiped. Twitter gone. Only scattered screenshots remained, being reposted and dissected by fans like digital evidence in a courtroom. And all the while, Stefon Diggs stayed silent. Not a word, not a tweet. Just photos of him and Cardi on a yacht, surrounded by roses, teddy bears, and champagne. Whether it was real love or just defiance, Cardi looked unbothered. She wasn't hiding, she wasn't scared. But Offset's behavior didn't go unnoticed by authorities. According to online reports, Cardi's legal team quietly pushed for additional protections. Sources hinted that her team was exploring options in case things escalate further. And fans knew exactly what that meant. They were afraid of what Offset might do next, because this wasn't about jealousy anymore. This was about control, and Offset was losing it fast. By now, Offset's reputation was hanging by a thread, and he knew it. The cool, charismatic rapper who once bragged about being the backbone of his family was now being painted as unstable, vindictive, and out of control. But instead of stepping back, Offset pushed forward, and what came next only made things worse. First came the meltdown. Again, he reappeared on social media with a string of frustrated posts. One minute, he was begging to see his kids. "I just want my babies, man. That's all I care about." The next, he was calling out Cardi without naming her, accusing her of turning his own children against him. It was a messy, emotional storm. And then, like clockwork, he vanished again. Accounts deleted, stories wiped. Fans were left wondering if he was okay or if something worse was coming. Behind the scenes, things were even messier. Sources close to Cardi claimed she was done trying to keep things quiet. Offset wasn't just acting out online. He was allegedly trying to weaponize the court system, filing emergency custody petitions, claiming Cardi was unstable, and demanding full or equal custody, despite everything he just put out publicly. Her team fired back hard. One insider said he's not worried about the kids, he's worried about losing control. Cardi's camp began preparing for a legal fight, not just to protect her children, but to protect herself. Allegedly, she was documenting everything, every message, every threat, every deleted post. If things ended up in court, she was ready to lay it all bare. And yet the internet did what it always does. It picked sides. Some fans stood behind Offset, saying he was a broken man trying to hold on to his family. Others said he was showing textbook signs of emotional abuse, love bombing, threats, guilt-tripping, and a public meltdown disguised as fatherly concern. Meanwhile, Cardi and Stefan didn't flinch. They went quiet, but not invisible. Paparazzi still caught glimpses, stepping off a yacht in Miami, pulling up to a private event together in LA. It wasn't loud anymore, but the message was clear. She wasn't backing down. Offset, on the other hand, kept slipping. Each time he reappeared online, he looked more erratic. Friends and collaborators reportedly tried to intervene, but nothing stuck. Some even claimed Offset had cut off people who weren't on his side. He wasn't just fighting Cardi anymore. He was fighting the image of who he used to be. And as the custody battle looms, the question isn't just who ends up with the kids. It's whether Offset survives the storm he helped create. Offset's vow to end it all if Cardi doesn't leave Stefan wasn't just a moment of emotional chaos. It was a glimpse into how far he's fallen. From rap superstar to tabloid meltdown, he's gone from chart-topping hits to pleading for attention, and maybe even control. Cardi, on the other hand, seems unfazed. She's not hiding. She's not backing down. Whether her relationship with Stefan is real love or a calculated move to reclaim her power, one thing's clear: she's no longer playing Offset's game. And that's what's tearing him apart. This wasn't just a breakup. This was a power shift. The man who once bragged about being the boss is now spiraling, while the woman he underestimated is rewriting her own story in front of the world. But here's the part that really stings. Offset built his brand on loyalty, family, and loyalty to Cardi. Now, those same words are haunting him, and fans are watching to see whether he can pull himself together, or if this was the final unraveling. Because if Offset thought he lost Cardi the moment she met Stefan, he may not have realized he'd already lost her long before that.